Right, we are live. Woohoo! Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my sewing room. I'm Sandy, Witchy Poo, for the first part of this show. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, our YouTube channel is mysewingroom.ca, D-O-T-C-A, and you can find us there. And all of our videos are listed on our channel. Mine are mostly under the live category. So anyways, if you're looking for something that we've done in the last little while, it is there for you on YouTube. Facebook, thank you so much for joining us. I'd like to thank everyone for all of their likes, their loves, when you share, in any comments that you leave us. Most appreciated, and we like to hear from people. Just got a few shout outs this morning for you. Our lovely sky turned from yellow now to kind of a grayish color. Still, parts of the Northwest Territories is still on fire, and we're hoping that it gets put out. I know some of the BC parts are on fire as well, and we're just kind of suffering through the smoke and hoping that everyone is all right. All right, shouting out to our fan favorites out there, to Ruth C, Tina B, Michelle G, Glenda, she's at the lake, home tomorrow. All right, Glenda, hope it's not too smoky out there. All right, so carrying on, Glenda was my next one on the list. Shout out to Glenda, Lana T, Chris L, Mary Zed, and Mary Zed was in yesterday and shared with us her favorite notion, which was kind of fun to see. She had picked a stiletto with a little curved end on the flat on the end, and it was curved, so it was really helpful when she's sewing, and so you don't get your fingers in there. So she just loved her stiletto. So continuing our shout outs to Wendy W, Sandy A, Ann L, Vivian H, Loanne F, Nancy C, Maria P, Jean J, and I see Ruth's on. Good morning, Ruth. Carol D, Carol Ann M, Helen O, Peggy N, Ann S, Carol G, Esther R, and Joanne stopped in the other day. She's been working on her patchwork or quilted jacket class, and so she had stopped in to say that she hadn't quite got it done, but they've got a sharing day coming up, so maybe we'll be able to share some of those beautiful fashions with you. Yay, thanks, Joanne. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things. First of all, some new things that my wonderful Dawn has put together in the kitting area. And then, of course, we've got to talk a little bit about what Bernina is doing in September and that OESD stuff we started on Tuesday. So here we go. First of all, I want you to have a look at some beautifully curated fabric bundles that our lovely Dawn has made. Are you ready? Here we go, close-ups, getting close. There they are. So she has put together some very beautiful little curated bundles. These ones are made specifically and uniquely in our store using some of our fabrics. There are 12 6-inch width of fabric cuts in each of these bundles. This one is a fall looking one with my favorite little gnomes are in there, which is absolutely beautiful. So that's our first kind of fallish one. And then she's moved on to some spooky stuff. And that's why I've got my hat on today, because I'm being witchy and spooky. So this is our next one. This is really fun. I think this is scary stuff. It looks like Poe things. Like, oh, there's a raven and there's some skulls. Anyways, again, it's 12 strips of 6.5-inch width of fabric. And they're just, look at the back. Ooh, spooky, spooky. Wouldn't these make some wonderful Halloween things? Okay, now, She also made, for you people out there who love dragons, here is a beautiful curated bundle with a 12 unique 6-inch width of fabric strips. And it's got dinosaurs, or not dinosaurs, sorry, dragons. And there's fire because they breathe fire, and there's chainmail, and there's rock, and there's these wicked looking dragons. Look at them flying in the night sky. Ooh, that would be a good spooky one too. It's called Dragon's Lair, you know, where they live. Okay, so the fall one was called Gnomkin Patch. And this one with the Edgar Allan Poe stuff was Spooky Vibes. Ooh, very pretty. Okay, now we're going to get to something. I think these look like the Queen of Ween fabrics. And again, 12 unique 6-inch width of fabric strips. Ooh, yes, Queen of Ween. Yeah, one of Miss Anne's favorite lines are the Queen of Weens. Okay, what else have I got? Oh, this one. This is a curated of pumpkins and potions from Kimberbell. And there's, again, 12 unique 6-inch width of fabric cuts. Look at that. It's called Hometown Halloween. Oh, let's put it this way so you can see the pretty houses. Paws and Claws, Dead and Bed Breakfast Inn. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. And this one is the little cafe, the Boo Latte Cafe. Oh, really cool. Anyways, there's another one. I have one more. And our little Julie has purchased this fabric. It is so bright and so colorful and so Halloweeny, or Day of the Dead type, because there's some pumpkins in there that look like Day of the Dead. Again, 12 unique 6-inch width of fabric stripes. Oh, look at the pumpkins. So Julie is right now creating a Halloween one out of this fabric. So we're hoping that when she gets it completed, we'll be able to show you what that awesome fabric looks like is in a quilt. All right. So thank you, Miss Witchy Poo, for that. We really appreciate you coming on and visiting us and showing us some of the wonderful Halloweeny things that we have going. So now let's go back and find some other wonderful things that are going on at my sewing room. So, yo, Adrian out there in Bernina, Canada land, I hope you're doing well. How about a joke? These I thought were kind of fun, fallish type jokes today. Why did the apple pie go to the dentist? Because it needed a filling. Hi, Rita B. Hi, Vivian. I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe and out of the smoke. All right, what's worse than finding a worm in your apple? How about half a worm? Yes. So funny. See, so funny. All right, what else have I got to bring? I got one more before we show you the next things. Are you ready? When is an apple grouchy? When it's a crab apple. I love apple jokes. Okay, now, Bernina has been very good to us in the month of September. They have put out 2 accessories of the month. So this is our first one. And this is the accessory of the month for September. It is Bernina Burnett embroidery hoops, 25% off. And that offer is valid from September 1st to the 30th of 2025. And I'm so excited. It's just a fun thing. Let's just talk about some of the cool things that we have at the store for hoops. Okay, they range, of course, everywhere from the small hoop, and then there's a medium hoop, and then there's the large hoop, and then there's a mega hoop. There's a jumbo hoop. Ooh, a jumbo hoop. There's lots of different hoops available for machines. And of course, we have a little book that tells us what one would fit your particular machine. But there's lots of hoops, 25% off for all this month. And of course, can't forget the newest hoops that have come into us. And the first one I'm going to show you is the medium border magnetic hoop. Woohoo! Let's look at that up close. This beauty is 40 by 16.5 centimeters or 15.7 by 6.5 inches. And it is a rectangle that is a magnetic hoop for your machines. Just lovely, lovely, lovely. These ones just came out. They're just new releases. So they would be great addition to your hoop collection. Okay, and if you need a bigger one, and I mean bigger, wider, not necessarily longer, but there, oh, it is bigger and longer. Okay, the large magnetic hoop is 15.7 by 8.2 inches or 40 by 21 centimeters. Look at the size of this thing. Isn't that amazing? And easy to use. It just clamps on with those magnetic hoops. Okay, I have to go to the big one because this next magnetic hoop is bigger than me. Can you look at this? This is a medium border clamp hoop. Oh, look at the size of this baby. Isn't that amazing? So look at all the border area that you can stitch all at once in your hoop on your Bernina. And it is 16 by 8.5 inches. It's 40.5 by 21.5 centimeters. Oh, and that's the medium border hoop. I can't imagine if they make a large one. Woo! Wouldn't that be cool? I do know that there's a couple more hoops coming to us that have been released, but we haven't received them yet. One is the sock hoop. So it's coming. And I wonder if the other one is the large border hoop. Anyways, we do have these lovely hoops in stock, and you can get 25% off any of them that you wish to purchase during the month of September, which is kind of fun. So if you're missing a hoop, now is the time to get a hoop. Don't be hooped. All right, so that's the first accessory of the month for September for Bernina, and that's the 25% off Bernina and Bernat embroidery hoops. Okay, wonderful. Okay, here comes the next one. Are you ready for this? This one's going to take a little planning. This is the second accessory of the month for September that Bernina is offering, and this one is you buy 2 Bernina / Bernat presser feet or big books, and you get 1 free. Now that's amazing. So this offer is valid September 1st to the 30th of 2025. Woohoo! So anyways, I want you to think about this for a minute. What are the endless possibilities for this? Okay, well, let's look at some feet. So you can get Bernina feet. And I brought these because they were kind of fun. This is the roller foot. This is your ruler foot. Okay, now if you're a Bernat person, maybe you want an embroidery foot for your machine. Or maybe you need a 1/4 inch piecing foot. Or maybe you need a walking foot for your other Bernat. Okay, so those are Bernina Bernat feet. Okay, not just for sewing machines, but what about some feet for your Bernat serger? That's a gathering foot. How about a beading and sequence foot? Or for your actual Bernina one, how about a beading and sequence foot? Or what about a piping foot? So we have a ton of different feet for Bernina and Bernat. So anything that you can imagine, we've got it, okay? Now, that you can combine any of those. You could buy all 3 feet, get the least expensive free. Or you can mix and match and do a book and a foot, or a foot and a book, and get a foot or a book free. Anyways, those are some possibilities, but let's have a look at some of the books that we have currently in stock for you to use to mix and match with your feet for this order. Okay, here it comes. Are you ready? Close up. So this is this. Okay, so the newest, well, that they just released, of course, is the Big Book of Fashion Sewing. It's the Bernina Guide to Fashion Sewing, and it is really sweet. It has all sorts of different techniques in here. talking about garment making functions on your actual sewing machines, right from the Bernina 990 right down to the Burnett Academy. Sorry, right there. Presser feet that you might use, numbers, letters, dual feed function, needles and thread that they ask you that might be compatible with what you're working on, tools of the trade, essentials, and then the world of fabric. Oh my goodness, they go into all the different fabrics: chiffon, denim, double gauze, faux fur, fleece, knits, lace, leather, linen, silk, terry cloth, tulle, velvet, wool. Woohoo! And then how to get ready. So before you stitch, patience and planning. Then beyond the commercial pattern, making simple shapes, cloning fabrics, draping, sew it seams, so all sorts of different seams and stitches that you can use to finish with, and pressing techniques. Oh my goodness. And then it keeps going. Garment techniques, garment elements, garment embellishment, buttons, zippers, and more. And then, of course, serging techniques for fashion sewing, how to upcycle. We were doing that earlier this year, and if you look in our window right now, we've upcycled some clothes that we went and thrifting and purchased. So upcycling. How about costumes and cosplay? Fashion terminology. Love your machine. How to look after your machine, whether it is a sewing machine or a serger. But isn't that a beautiful book? The Big Book of Fashion Sewing. All right, so we've seen this one before. It's the Big Book of Stitches. So that might be helpful if you're going to decorate your garments with some really nice decorative stitching. And then, of course, I wanted to mention, they mentioned the serger, and we have a wonderful big book of serger quilting. So using your actual serger as a quilting machine, not just for garments like the fashion book, but for doing your quilting. Okay, and of course, they've put out a book, Big Book of Embroidery, which helps us do all of our beautiful embroidery on our big beautiful Berninas or Burnettes. So here's that book. We also have, and here's some fun stuff, if you have a long arm, a Bernina long arm, here's the Big Book of Long Arm Quilting. Ooh, so got some good techniques on how to do it. This is a wonderful book as well. And then this one is the Book of Computerized Quilting. So this is how you do your quilting in the hoop on your machine. That's kind of fun. Oh my goodness. I know that we're out of one book and I can't remember which it is, but don't worry, we can get more. That's the wonderful thing about this. So think about this one, because this one is really, really kind of fun. If you're doing the accessory of the month for September, you can get 2 feet and get a book, buy 2 books and get a foot, buy 1 book, 1 foot and get a serger foot. It's just, the combination is whatever you want to make it. So this offer again is valid until the end of September for 2025. Oh, I cannot believe that Miss Adrian would give us such a wonderful coupon this month. Isn't that fabulous? Oh, love it. So yes, we have all sorts of wonderful Bernina things to look into for you. I just think it's great. Got to get in there and get it. Okay, a couple more apple jokes. Are you ready? Why is it so difficult to work at an apple pie factory? This one's fun. Sorry. Because they have such a high turnover rate. All right. Last apple joke, I promise, for today. Hi, Teresa. I know. Wouldn't it be wonderful? Brother did the same thing. She's saying how beautiful the books for the Bernina are. Wouldn't it be great? And maybe we should drop a hint to Brother. You guys should do some education for our brother people and make some beautiful books. I know that they in the past have made what they call playbooks for the bigger machines, but wouldn't it be fun if they did one on feet? Wouldn't it be fun if they did one on stitches or embroidery for your big brother machines? That would be so cool, wouldn't it, Teresa? Yeah, yeah. All right, one more joke before we move on. What kind of apple throws the best party? Why, it's the gala apple. Yes, I love it. The gala apple. All right. So speaking of sergers and serger feet and things that you can get, we also have, I got to tell you this, we sold all of the L450s. They're all gone. We sold the last one yesterday. So if you're looking for a really good deal on a serger right now, we have two air thread Berninas, L850 and the L860s. We've got two of those left at each of them, two for each, four. Really good price on those. And so I just wanted to let you know that. And then of course there's a beautiful big book of serging, and maybe you want to get a couple serging feet for your new machine. This is the month to do it in for September, that's for sure. Not only that, but if you buy this week, Saturday and Sunday, September 6th and September 7th, is our new owner's serger class. So if you've bought a Brother, Bernina, or a Burnett in the last little while and want to really get to know how you use your machine, this Saturday, September 6th and Sunday, September 7th is that new owner's class. And if you bought your machine with us, the class itself is free. However, there is a kit fee because I give you all of these wonderful things you have to work with. And when I did the class before, I made ribbon, I made flat logs, I did rolled hams, just so much fun. You get a beautiful workbook that you follow, and once you've made your samples, it goes into your booklet. You can remember how it did it, because there's all these wonderful settings on a serger that I didn't know they even existed, and that class will definitely let you know how to use that machine. And that goes from 10:30 to 4:30 on Saturday and 11 to 4 on Sunday. And I will be there on Saturday with my serger, my Bernina L450, and giving it a try. It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. So think about that. All you new owners on sergers or thinking about getting a Brother Bernina or Burnett serger, now's the time. Okay, time is of the essence. All right, my people, I just have a few more announcements for you before I sign off for today. First off, coming up later this month, we have our satin stitch applique class for the beginners. So if you'd like to learn how Miss Anne does it, this satin stitch class has just had rave reviews from everyone who has ever taken it. They are so impressed with what they learn and how they are to accomplish all of their applique projects after this class. And that class is on Saturday, September 27th, 10:30 to 4:30. It's only $75 plus tax, and you learn how to do applique, which is really fun actually. All right, the other thing that Miss Anne has coming up is our quilting first class. We're going back to it. So starting September 28th, and then there's 3 dates in October. So start at the end of September and run through October. It's $99 plus tax, and that includes your teacher, your patterns and everything. But if you're just starting out, you're going to have to come pick up all your new essentials and your fabric, and that's where we come in. So if you would like to sign up for any of those classes, we'd be more than happy to help you. First of all, over our website, mysewingroom.ca, you can click on our education and community tab, do the drop down menu and find September and go to the particular date that you're looking for satin stitch or quilting first class. Click on there and sign up. If you don't want to do that, you can call us at the store, My Sewing Room, 403-252-3711, and we'll help you get registered over the phone. Or you can come in person. That would be fun, because in person we not only give you that supply list, but we can help you find the things on your supply list so that you would be ready for the class. So there's 3 ways to come in and get enrolled. Remember, online, over the phone, or in person. Yes. All right, that would be fun. Now, just wanted to remind you, this is my last little remind. On Monday, we talked about or not Monday, sorry, Tuesday. We were closed on Monday. Tuesday, we talked about the OESD 2025 holiday celebration from OESD. It's called Candy Christmas. So this is September. It's $59 of OESD products, and then you get a free design. And for September, you remember Anne's beautiful display? It was the Candy Christmas bags and tags. And they are up front. We have a beautiful display of her bags and tags at the front so that you can see them. That's for September. So then if you think, oh, I like October, so come back in October and buy $59 worth of OESD products, and you get the free cards and ornaments. And if you do it all over again in November, $59 worth of products, you can get the Candy Christmas appliques. So 3 different things, and you purchase them 1 month at a time. And I guess that kind of gives you time to get these things organized, because I hate to say this, but Christmas is coming. And I mean, it feels cold and fallish out there today. I'm hoping for a little more wonderful warm weather, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, everybody. I hope that you saw something that you really like, and you're going to come in and visit with us. We would love to see you here at the store. It's just going to be us this weekend, me on Saturday surging away in the back, but we'd love to have you come in and visit with us. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday for our Facebook, YouTube, Monday at 10:30 for Monday Minute.